Okay, so in this session, I'm going to cover up how to keep you on stop losses, how to keep you on take profits, how to keep your entries, and then Fibonacci, how to do your own analysis, and RSI, and a bit about mindset. And also, I'm going to share my trading journey um, throughout this Forex platform, right? Okay, so we just get right into it. Okay, as I said earlier, there are three types of traders, right? We have swing traders, we have intraday traders, and also we have scalpers. I am personally a swing trader. So on this session, I'm going to cover up swing trading, what's related to swing trading, right? Okay. So me personally, every day, what I'm going to do is, right, I have a huge watch list. I have a lot of pairs in this watch list. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each and every single pair every morning, and I'm going to check what are the pairs that's going in my favor. All right. Okay. So let's say I just randomly pick USD CAD. So as a swing trader, what I'm going to do at the very first is I'm going to go to one day chart to draw my trend line and also to understand the trend. That's basically drawing the trend line. Okay. So now right now I'm a one day chart in USD CAD. Now I'm going to look for the overall view. What I see is basically an upper trend, right? It's a current upper trend. From here to here, it's an upward trend. And from here to here, it's going to be a downward trend. And again, from here to here, it's an upward trend. And again, from here to here, it's going to be a downward trend. This is what I see. This is actually, this should be here, right? And here and here. Okay, now it's perfect. So this is the overall view what I see. So right now the market is on a downward trend. Even though I like, you know, after the intermediate session, a lot of people send me their chart markups, like what they did with the trend lines and support and resistance lines. But almost everybody's chart markup, what I saw is everyone has zoomed a lot in, right? Everybody has zoomed like this, and within this small area, you have marked your trend lines and support and resistance lines. What you need to do is you need to zoom out a lot, right? Now me, I have zoomed out to the max, and now I'm going to see the overall trend. So this is what I see. Okay. Now the part what I'm focusing on is this current trend, which is the downward trend. Right? Which is the downward trend. I'm a trader who doesn't go against the trend. I'm always trading with the trend. I'll tell you why. Now let's say, okay, I'm going to take my brush. Let's say the market is moving up. There might be people, right? Usually in an upper trend, you only focus on the buys. I told about this in the previous session as well, right? You only focus on the buys. But there are some traders, right? Maybe intraday traders or scalpers who focus on the sells as well, right? Nothing bad, right? Nothing bad. You can trade and you can get some pips. But me, personally, I don't do that because of this reason. Okay, let me show that to you. I will just delete it. The reason why I don't go for sells in an upper trend is, or trade against the market is, let's say the market is going up, right? It's going up. If it's an upper trend, the market should continue to go up. So if I place a buy, even though I place it here or here or here or here, if it's an upper trend, the market will definitely go up, right? If not now, maybe in a week or 2 or 3, the market will go, right? Market structure is over with the market structure. So market will definitely move on to the trend. But what will happen if you place a sell? When you place a sell, guys, you don't know the exact place where the market will retrace. Some people, they put sells in an upper trend, right? And wait for profits. It might go on profits for like maybe $2. Okay, let's say if you're going with 0.01 lot size, right? It might go 10 pips, 20 pips, or 30 pips, right? But you will never know an exact point where it will retrace. So it's really risky. So if you place a sell, right, you can't expect the market to go down like this, right? Market will anyways go up because it's an upward trend. So if you place a buy, you don't have to worry. Definitely the market will go in the same direction. But in an upward trend, if you place a sell, which means you are trading against the trend, which is really risky. So I don't do that. It's all up to you to decide it whether you want to do it or not, right? Now, even though I'm going to share my strategy with you guys, you're going to come up with your own strategies. That's the truth, right? I'm going to tell you I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but you will apparently, like, you know, go out with your own tools and you will test this. This is the thing. If the strategy is working for you, if you're making money with it, that's it, right? You don't have to use the same strategy or whatever. So I'm just going to focus on the last part, as I mentioned earlier. So in this last part, in this downward trend, I'm going to focus on sells. I'm going to catch all these sells, right? Another one reason why I don't trade against the market. Now, in this, okay, I'm going to show you in the 4 hours market, right? Mostly you can see, right, the sells are a lot more clear than the buys. You can see the buys were just consolidating at the same place, again move a bit up, again consolidating, again consolidating. You know, it's taking my life to go up, right? That's the worst part trading against the trend. See, all the buys, it's all consolidating, but sells are like so pure, it's just coming back down. You don't have to wait for a long time, even though you're swing trading, right? That's the best part. So that's the reason why I don't trade against the trend. Okay. Now, after going to 1-day chart, as I mentioned earlier, so this is the part which I'm focusing on, which is the last downtrend. So I'm going to zoom in there. Now I'm going to draw my trend line, right? I'm going to draw my trend line. That's the first thing what I'm going to do in 1-day chart. So this is the high I see, right? Okay. Yesterday I told you if I'm going to draw it like this, I'm only going to get 2 touches, right? But what if I move it a bit down like this? It should be right here, right? It should be right here. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and the marker is definitely consolidating in this area, and you can actually take this as a touch. You can do that, right? So this actually, if you focus on, this is a wick to body touch. Why? You can see this trend line is right going through all the bodies of these candlesticks. Here it's a wick, here it's a body. So wick to body trend line. Okay, all cool. Now I'm done with my trend line. Easy. I'm done with my trend line. Okay. Now I will try if I can draw a bottom line as well, right? A bottom line as well. I told you in the yesterday session, the lines must there's no rule that the lines should be parallel to each other, right? So I see a triangle here. I see a small triangle from this low, right? From this low, I see a triangle. Boom. Okay. So I have 1, 2, 3 touches right now. Okay, all cool for now. Okay. Anybody has any questions so far? Any questions? I'm going to move into the next step. If it's clear, just put clear in the chat box, right? All clear. How many people on call? 50 people on call. All right. Is it trading with triangles? Yes, this is actually a triangle strategy, right? I'll get to that later. How to identify the next direction. Yeah, I'm going to tell you that, right? I actually call this wholesale from here to here around 170 pips, right? So this trade is actually done, but I just want to show you how I did it, right? And I had to wait for a long time again to enter because this is a downward trend and I need to wait. Can we draw a trend line to current market line? Can we draw T line to current market line? I didn't understand your question. What do you mean by current market line? Draw the line to current market line. I didn't get it. Okay. right. So, okay, where is that? It got deleted, right? Shit. Okay. So number one is drawing a trend line in 1-day chart. Number two is drawing your support and resistance zones in your 4-hour chart. Okay. This is actually my confirmation list. This is my confirmation list. If I have 3 confirmations, I'm good to go. And it's all good, right? Okay. Is it valid to draw trend lines in the current market price? Current market price means right here. Okay, you're asking whether you can take that as like a touch. Is that what you're asking? Like you can take this as a touch for the trend line? Is that what you're asking? I hope that you're asking that, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, so basically for a trend line to be valid, you need to have 2 touches. So I have my first 2 touches, right? Market might break this or it will retreat, reaches from this area, right? But I still don't have much confirmations. Still only I have only trend lines, still 1 confirmation. So now I'm going to go with support and resistance as well. Now you need to understand, I'm not going to catch the buy. Okay, this trade is already happened. The sell has already happened, right? I'm going to teach you how I caught this sell. So I want everybody to forget this part, right? Just completely forget it because I couldn't find any fresh pairs. The reason is like this is at the end of the year and almost all the trades are like done and all the markets have broke the trend lines. So it's really hard for me to find a pair. So that's why I'm telling you to just forget this part. I'm going to teach you how I caught this. Okay. So this whole part, just imagine it's not there. So we are going to catch this sell. We are going to catch this sell. So we are still checking the confirmations. Now, as I said earlier, right? Number 2 is support and resistance zones in the 4-hour chart. I'm going to go to 4 hours. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So this is my view in 4-hour chart, right? There are 2 ways you can draw support and resistance lines. One thing is just a horizontal line. And the other way is drawing a zone. What I prefer is drawing a zone because a zone is always much more accurate than a horizontal line, right? Because I used to draw lines and I used to miss a lot of trades. Okay. All right. I want you to think the current market is right here. Somewhere around here. Okay. Just think the current market line is right there. I'm going to put it like this. Okay. Where's my clips? Okay. Here's the current market line. As soon as I see a rejection happening in that area, right? As soon as I see a rejection happening in that area, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my horizontal line first and I'm going to keep it right at this height, right? Right at this height. I'm going to go back to the past, right? And see whether it's a good line. This is actually a good line, but I'm going to move it a bit upright. Sorry. I'm going to move it a bit up right here, right there, because I see resistance over here, support over here, resistance, and resistance, right? I think this is a much better line than there, right? I'm going to take another horizontal line and again, I'm going to keep it at the same place and I'm going to now drag it a bit down and see, right? Drag it a bit down and see. So I think this area is a really good one, right? Now I'm going to take my rectangle tool, just going to draw a box like this and definitely reduce the opacity, right? And right over here. And then later on, delete the lines. Now you can see this zone, right? this zone right here, right? The market always came inside that zone. Let me show you. Where's the draw? Okay. Here it's resistance. Here it's support. Here it's resistance, resistance, support, resistance, resistance, right? And support, 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 right? And here resistance, 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 almost resistance here, resistance, support, right? Again, resistance, resistance. So this zone is actually a very good support and resistance area, right? That's how we're gonna draw a zone. Somebody might say, why can't we drag it somewhere down here, somewhere down here, right? Now, when you're drawing a zone, you don't have to draw a huge one, right? You don't have to draw it all over your screen, but you need to focus in on this big part, right? So I'm just checking up the really, really strong support and resistance areas, right? This area is actually so strong. You can see the market was like, this zone was acting as support for this market, right? This area, huge support. Same thing here, huge resistance, huge support, huge resistance. So that's why I took this rectangle as a zone. Okay, I show you that in another chart as well, right? Okay, so that's how we're going to draw your support and resistance area. Any questions before moving to the next step? Any questions? If it's clear, just put clear in the chat box, right? All good? Bro, zone is as the support and resistance. Yes, this is a zone of support and resistance, right? All clear, good, okay, perfect. So my second confirmation is also done. I figured out it's a really good one. So what happens when the market comes to support and resistance area? It will definitely reject, right? It will definitely reject. So I have my trend line coming on. I have my support and resistance on. So it's crossing each other, means it's really strong there, right? So now the market is pressured. But still, I don't have three confirmations. So I'm going to go with my other confirmation, which is the most important tool out of everything, which is the Fibonacci. Yes, Fibonacci. Now Fibonacci, I'm going to go through very basics, right? If you're using the phone, take a screenshot. If you're using the laptop, take a picture, right? I'm going to teach you everything. But before going on, okay, I'm going to share my settings with y'all, right? Now this is the Fibonacci tool, right? This is the Fibonacci tool. When you double click it, you get the settings. I want everybody to take a screenshot of this because your settings are going to be different, right? Just take out the things that's not in this picture, right? And I think you have to add some values as well. 0.886 and 0.71. These values are not in your Fibonacci, so definitely add it and put the colors whatever you want and just take a screenshot, right? Okay, I hope everybody took the screenshot. So we'll just get started with Fibonacci, right? Everybody pay attention. This is really, really important. Okay. All right. Fibs. Okay. Number one is for you to use Fibonacci, the market should be trending somehow. Right? The market should be trending somehow. If the market is an upward trend, you draw your fib from bottom to top, or it is lower to high. If it's a downward trend, you draw it from top to bottom or from high to low. These are the rules of Fibonacci. Okay. Now we'll just check for an upward trend, right? Okay. I'm gonna take my trend line tool. Okay. Okay. Let's say the market is moving on an upward trend. Just like that. Now, what is Fibonacci? Fibonacci is a predictive technical indicator where you're going to find the retracement areas. It's a predictive technical indicator where you're going to find out your retracements. What is a retracement? What do you mean by a retracement area? Retracing means, right, you know, market won't move up like this. It will always goes in waves, right? So these small cells in between, you call them retracement areas. You call them retracement, right? Now see, in the trend I drew, right? If you all know where exactly the market is going to retrace these areas, but you don't know which where the market will retrace in the current one, right? But if you really know it, you know where to exactly enter, right? You know exactly where it's going to retrace. So that's going to help you a lot, right? Retest pullbacks. Retracing in the sense, yeah, retracing means retest, right? Pullbacks is pullback, yeah, you can take pullbacks as well, right? Or else you can take fake outs, right? Again, it's fake outs only. The market is coming back for sale, but it's an upward trend, right? So it's retracing. Now, if you know exactly where it's going to retrace, or maybe here or here or here, if you know that exact place, you know where to exactly buy the market, right? So in an upward trend, I will focus on these buys, right? I want to catch those buys. So I have to catch from the very bottom. So if I know the retracement point, it's really easy for me. Now I'm planning to catch the next buy. All right, cool. Now what does it say? Bottom to top, low to high. What is this? Right? When it comes to swing trading, right, or any trading, this is going to be your most recent swing, right? If I'm going to like number 1, 2, 3, right? These are my buy swings and these are my retracements, right? So if I'm going to catch a buy, I should focus on the buy swings, right? So I separated my buy swing 1, 2, 3. So if I'm going to catch the fourth one, right, I'm going to draw the Fibonacci for the third one, which is the most recent swing. You get it, right? So I'm going to catch the fourth buy, right? The fourth swing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw the Fibonacci for the previous most recent swing, which is the third one. So that's going to be my most recent one. And now it says draw from bottom to top. All right. So this is the bottom of that swing. This is top of that swing, right? Basically, you can see low to high. So I'm going to take my Fibonacci tool. Bottom is right here and high is right here, right? So 100 and 0. 0 should come up, 100 should come down, right? I'm just going to drag it like this a bit. All right, perfect. So I drew my Fibonacci for the previous buy swing. So I'm going to catch the next buy swing. Okay, cool. Now, what are these values? What are these levels? What do you mean by these numbers, right? Yes, these are fancy colors, different numbers. What does this mean exactly? Okay, we'll go one by one. 0 and 1 is for the high and low. That is done. These 4 levels, right? These 4 levels, 61.8, 71.00, 78.6, 88.6. These 4 levels are the best entry points you can go with, right? What I mean is market might retrace from this area, or market might come down and retrace from this area. Market might retrace to this area and go up, or this area. One of these 4 levels, in between these 4 levels, if the market is retracing, if you see in reversal signs, it's good for you to go, right? It's good for you to go. All right, perfect. So these 4 are good for entries. And I have a level called 50. I have put it as red. Please repeat. Okay. These 4 levels, right? These 4 levels, I take it for entries. That means I'm expecting the market to go on a buy from one of these levels or in between one of these levels, right? So the next buy, what I'm going to catch, right? I think the market might retrace from 78.6, or as the market might go on a buy from 71.0, or as the market might go from 61.8, or as 88. So if I see any reversals happening in this zone, if I see the market is reversing, or with my other confirmation, if it's tallies, right? I will explain that on the live chart. Don't worry. Possibility percentages, which is good to enter, right? Yes, the possible percentages for you to enter. These four inside the box, right? These four inside the box. Now, if you want to go more deep into why those levels, why like that, okay, let me explain. In swing trading, what you do is you trade with the banks. You go with the trend. You don't trade against the trend. We are retail traders, right? In the market, there are two types. There are basically the banks, the institutes, and there are us who are retail traders, right? So always the institutes and the banks has more power than us. We are like, we don't have a power at all. So it's the banks and institutes who rule the market, okay? So 61.80 is a level where retail traders like us mostly trade. We mostly start buying the market, right? Whenever somebody sees, okay, after the market retraced to 61.80, this level, retail traders like us start buying the market, most of the people. What the bank will do is, right, bank will patiently wait, right? Banks will patiently wait. I told you, banks are the people who rule the market. So banks will patiently wait until the market starts to go up a bit. Now people are like so happy, damn it, the market is retracing, it's going up, right? And bank will start sending the markets down, right? If you start sending the market down, maximum to this area, if the market is going in the trend, market might go down like this if it's changing the trend. If not, maximumly to this, right? Or if to form a double top right here, if not mostly 88.6, and it will send in the overall direction anyways. So the people who bought here, they are losing all the money, right? Banks are doing this on purpose. So all the people who bought, all the people who are happy with the profits, boom, the market they will send down in the very same time. But there are some times where the banks also agree with this point and will send the market up straight away, right? So you should always go with proper risk management. And if you keep the stop loss to the right area, you won't go through any loss. Okay. So that's basically about the entries. And then we have a level called 50. This 50 level, I have put it as red because it's very dangerous. It's very risky, right? Even though the market retraced from that area, you don't have like, it won't last long. The market won't go perfectly. If the market retraces from this area and starts going up, I won't enter the market. I will definitely wait till the market gets to one of these four levels. Okay. So that area I have put red. I'm not going to trade in that. And then I have 38.2. This zone mostly used by the intraday traders. This is also very good support and resistance zones. Guys, all these lines are like the best support and resistance zones inside the trend. If you look into this buy swing, all these lines are the best support and resistance zones in between that trend, right? Okay. And then we have these three levels again. Usually what I do is when I'm trading, mostly this is going to be my EP2, right? EP2, and I'm like most of the time so confirmed with it. I'm so confident with that level. So I think the market will definitely go to that area and then come back down. But I usually break even, or if I'm happy with the trades, I will close it in my TP1, which is the 0 level. Okay. And this is mostly going to be my TP3. But very risky, right? It's very risky because I would say 60% of the time, 40% of the time, the markets won't come to 61.8. 80% of the time, the market will come to 27. 80% of the time, 90% of the time, the market will come there, right? If the trade is like perfect. But if you're happy with the profits at 0, you can close it, right? Okay. So is it clear? Is everything clear in this upper trend? If it's clear, just put clear in the chat box, right? Guys, how many people on call? 48 people. I want everybody's answers. 38.2. 38.2 is for the intraday traders. If we usually the people who do day trades, right, where they draw their trend lines on 4-hour chart and then do their support and resistance lines on 1-hour chart. Most of the time, usually the market retraces from 38.2 area. You will show this in the live market as well. Sure, definitely. I will go through a lot of examples. Don't worry. Can I repeat red and yellow line? Red line is a very risk zone where I won't enter, right? Don't even think of the red line. That's why I put it as red. If the market retraces from this area and if it starts going on a buy, I still don't trade. I still won't trade even if it starts going like this. I want the market to come to one of these entries and then go up, right? 38.2, again, as I said, intraday trading. Please do in a live market. Sure, I will do it. Which is the best percentage to enter? There's nothing like that. It depends, okay? But let me show you in the live market. So this is for the upward trend. In the downward trend, what will happen is you will catch sells, right? So you will look into the most previous sell and then draw from top to bottom, right? Same way like this in the other way, downtrend. Now let me show you in this one. So this is a downward trend, right? This is a downward trend. I will show you my swings. Okay, I will show you my swings. So this is how I will do my swings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Now I have my swell swings, right? So if I'm going to catch this sell, where should I draw my where should I draw my Fibonacci, right? Okay, let me make it more clear for you. I will put the cells in red color, right? All right, and I'm gonna name, okay, this is gonna be 1, this is gonna be 2, this is gonna be 3, this is gonna be 4. All right, so out of these numbers, what is the which is the zone like where I'm gonna draw my Fibonacci? Okay, everybody's saying 4. Great, you all understood it properly, right? It's gonna be 4. Cool. Okay, I'm gonna delete it right away. I hate when the market is messy. Okay, so which is this one? I'm gonna take my Fibonacci tool. Now this time it should be from top to bottom. So here's my top, and here's gonna be my bottom. Oh, by the way, guys, I forgot to tell you one thing, right? I have something called the golden zone. Golden zone is the area usually I start trading. Like usually I get like 100% confirmation the trade is going right. Golden zone is the area in between 60 and 50. This is the golden zone, right? So if the trade, let's say this trade, right? Let's say this trade comes down and then starts going up. So as soon as the I see any reversals here, and if I see the market is entering the golden zone, I will definitely enter, right? Now see what happened. The market came up to 88.6, right? You can see here the last week as well. The market came to 88.6, as I said earlier, and the market start moving down, right? So the market got rejected. The market retraced exactly at 88.6, and the market starts moving down now. Right? So as I said earlier, this is a good place for you to enter a trade. So now I have 3 confirmations already. I have trend lines, right? I have one trend line going on, right? As soon as you can see my support and resistance box close right after 78.6, and you can see right here, right? Now in this trade, if you're gonna enter in the golden zone, it's like a huge, what do you say? It's actually not good thing because you're gonna lose a lot of pips. Right? So instead of that, what I would do is I will wait. If I see any good, actually I entered this trade right here itself. I didn't wait it till here. So I entered right here and I was waiting for some time, right? It took ages, but then it came back down, dropped all the way down. the wait is like worth it, you know. I waited. So 88.6 it retraced, and now I enter somewhere around 78.6 or in between these areas. If I see any good candlestick reversal signs, I just enter. Right? There are a lot of ways for you to enter now as well. For you to enter, what you can do is you can zoom into that area, right? Some people can draw a consolidation box and wait till the market breaks it. Consolidation means the market is consolidating in the same area. It's going in sideways. The market is doing nothing. You can see the market went up, came down, went up, came down, not doing anything at all, right? So what you can do is you can just take the highs and the lows and draw a box, right? You can see the box right here, right? And wait until it breaks. So the market broke the box right here. So you can enter the trade there. Or else what you can do is you can draw a small trend line and see whether the market is going to break the trend line. And as soon as it break it, you can enter. Right? So this is like the second way. Or else what you can do is you can straight away get a sniper entry entering right on the Fibonacci. That's what I do mostly. I don't wait for any reversal signs most of the time. I just enter right away. Sniper entries, you can catch it from the very top, right? But it's risky. It's very risky. And then you can wait for candlestick patterns. You can wait for a huge hammer, right? Or you can wait for 3 black crows. Guys, when it comes to candlestick pattern, just go to Google and type Forex candlestick patterns. You get a lot of patterns, right? That's what I do. I don't remember every single pattern, right? But if I see any candlesticks like you know, aligning, what I do is I will just go to Google and type and see whether which is like the most similar, right? And then I'll be like, oh, okay, that's a reversal candlestick. And now it's a good confirmation for me again, right? So you can do any of these things to enter. That's not an issue. Okay. All right. So that's cool. Okay. So that's basic for this graph, right? Now I have 3 confirmations. I'm actually done with it. Maybe we can go for another pair and let me show you. I think USD is like the best pair for you to go for trending. Now see, right, when I'm trading with this strategy, I don't trade in all the markets. There are certain markets that I can't trade because I don't see a proper trend, right? If I don't see a proper trend, I don't trade. You can see what happened, like I think 1.5 weeks back or 2 weeks back, what happened to GBP pairs? All just flew up, right? All just flew up and people are still entering for buys, right? Even if it's like almost 20, 30, 40 pips up, still people are entering for buys, right? It's really, really risky. Don't ever do that, right? Don't ever do that. Exactly, right? Let me show you. Let me show you. Somebody asked this question yesterday on the session. I remember I told if the market breaks this zone and come back retest at the same zone, if it goes up, it will be on profits, right? Is that person on the session today? Somebody asked me to run less GBP USD on the intermediate session, right? And as I said, it just happened, right? The market went all the way up. Yeah, it's you. All right. Okay, I remember. It went, I think from the entry, it went 100 pips, which is really good, right? Okay. So the same strategy here, see, right? The same strategy here. Okay. Now see, this huge buy, what I'm talking about is this huge buy. People are still buying in between, right? People are still buying here, buying here, buying here. Where the hell are you going to keep your stop loss, right? Oh, I forgot about stop loss. Okay, let me go back to USD CAD straight away. Okay, right here. So let's say I enter on this yellow color line, right? That's going to be my sniper entry right there. Usually, okay, now I want to really speak about this. This is really interesting, right? I'm a swing trader, right? But I'm not telling intraday trading is bad or scalping is bad. But when I'm talking about the risk and the reward, I'm really more focused on swing trading. The reason why I'm focused on swing trading is one thing, you can go with a very, very less risk and a high reward, right? If an intraday trade is risking 30 pips, I can risk the same amount and I can get a more reward while they close the trades in 30 pips. But that's okay. That's fine. That's your strategy, right? But I'm saying why I like swing trading, right? So I'm not closing. I'm not definitely closing at 30 pips. I'm going to wait till my target is more than 100 always, right? So I'm going to wait for 100 pips. So that's the first thing. Second thing is I don't have stress. I remember when I was doing intraday trading and when I was scalping, I was going through a lot of stress where I used to look at the market always, right? I'm keeping my MT4 app on my phone. I'm looking at it, right? And every time the values turn red, my head is going on fire, right? I'm so stressed. I can't focus on it, right? So in swing trading, you don't have stress at all. Now you can see in between this cell, right? I sold the market right here. Market went really good here. I was making really good profits. And all of a sudden the market came back close to my entry. I was losing all the profit I made, but patiently I was waiting, knowing that the market will definitely going in the same trend. Now you see the patient pays off, right? Now in swing trading, you don't have stress. Even if the market comes back to your entry or do whatever it's going to do, it's definitely going to go back in the same trend. So you don't have to stress. And the third thing is you don't have to give a damn about news, right? You don't have to give a damn about news. People who have usually when it comes to news, right? According to my experience, I used to do news trading, right? But then I messed it up, so I'm no longer doing it. But if when it comes to news trading, right? Usually the news, when the news hit the market, it usually goes for over 50 to 60 pips. What is the capital you need to have when you're a swing trader? It doesn't matter. It can be $50, it can be $100. It doesn't matter, right? I will go with this management later. I will teach you that, right? You can even go with $50. That doesn't matter. Okay. Okay. So as I was saying, when it comes to news, most of the time, 99% of the time, if the market starts to move, it will shoot up around 40 to 50 pips, or it will shoot down 40 to 50 pips most of the time, right? I'm just saying the pip count most of the time. So if you're doing intraday trading, right? What I have to stress more about is if I enter, right? What if the market goes up? What if the market goes up? When it's fast, it doesn't last. What do you mean when it's fast, it doesn't last? I didn't get it. Okay, if the market moves like that, you know, it might even hit your stop loss or go back to your entry, or if you are lucky enough, it will hit your take profit. If not, no. Right? But when it comes to swing trading, right, even if it comes for the news, because I'm focusing on 100 pips and my stop loss is definitely away 30 to 40 pips, right? I don't have to worry. Now you can see this huge damn buy. It's almost 98 pips. It's 98 pips pullback. I'm losing 98 pips what I made, right? The coolest part in news is it's the market structure, the same market structure. You don't have to worry and stress so much about news. I'm only worrying about news if it's on my entry, right? If, okay, let's say I'm going to enter a trade right now, right? I'm going to enter GBP USD, and today in another 2 hours, there's a GBP news coming. And if I enter the trade right now, then I'm really concerned about the news. If not, it's like, let's say I placed GBP USD today, and after like another 5 days, the news is coming. I don't mind. I don't care, because the market is the market structure. Even if the news hit, if you all have noticed, right, market will move fast. That's what Shana's meant, right? Okay, if the market moves fast, 50 pips, it will come back to the same point. Nobody can change the market structure. It's going the same trend, same way, right? So that's one reason I love swing trading. Another thing is I have plenty of enough of time to do other things. I don't have to always stay on the screen, right? I have plenty of time to do other things. And this is another reason I like swing trading, right? Maybe you're okay. Maybe you are an intraday trader, bro. How to identify news? Go to Forex Factory, right? Go to Forex Factory and go to calendar, pick the date, right? And see what are the news is there. You can see in, okay, let me show you. Today the session might take a bit more time, right? But it's going to be worth it. So Forex Factory, right here. Then you go to Forex Factory. But how identify is going to go for? You can't say, you'll never know, right? But we can say if there's a, okay, so we don't have any high newses, but if there's any high news, you can get a red color folder, right? A red color folder. That means the market, the news might affect the market like this, right? Like this, the news might affect the market. You have the timings as well and the pairs as well, right? You can't say that you can't say I used to do I used to do trading, right? But it's really risky and it's actually a waste of time, I would say, because I sometimes wait, like, you know, I just miss I miss some stuff in my life. Like, and when I keep my alarms and I come back right at the time of the news, like, you know, sacrificing other stuff I'm doing, and the news won't affect the market, and I really get disappointed. That there's a lot of stuff going on, right? But when it comes to trading, you don't have to worry. Even if it's hit or not or whatever, you'll be completely to the same exact place, right? But if you're a scalper, then you have to consider about these things. If you're an intraday trader, you have to consider about these things, right? I'm not saying anything bad about scalpers, intraday traders, right? I do intraday trading as well sometimes, right? But what I'm saying is swing trades are much more easier and you have a lot of advantages, right? You actually, there's a very less chance for you to go on a loss in swing trading, right? Okay. So any questions so far? Okay, I didn't teach the Fibonacci thing, right? I didn't teach the stop loss. Sorry, I was going to teach the stop loss. Okay. So you should an intraday trader risk 30 pips. I can risk the same amount, right? I can risk the same amount. 30 pips is right here, right? So if I'm going to keep a line right there, right? I'm going to put it as red. You can see I kept it done, right? And I'm not going to keep the take profit usually. I just keep trailing the stop loss, right? So SL is right here, entry is right here. You can see the market never even went beyond the entry, right? It didn't even go, it just went 2-3 pips, but after that it didn't go. So I have enough of plenty of space for the market to do what it want to do, right? Especially the stop loss, when it comes to the previous high right here, right? The stop loss should be always beyond that area, right? Because there's a possibility for the market to do a double top sometimes, right? Very rare sometimes. So I kept it like right above it. 30 pips came straight away right there. So I'm really good to go with this trade. Oh, good. I have 3 confirmations done, right? So I kept my stop loss for 30 to 40 pips. It depends on you. 30 to 40 pips you can keep, right? Proper risk management. Let me show you in USD. Shish is almost 1 hour. Okay. A little more to go, Okay. Okay. I will just delete everything, right? And I'm gonna just draw like this. Okay, so you can see a downward trend clearly here, right? I'm gonna take my Fibonacci. Let's say I'm gonna catch this cell. So my previous cell will be this. So I'm gonna draw my Fibonacci for that from top to bottom. Where did the market retrace? Can anybody tell in the chat box? What is the exact value, exact percentage the where market retraced? Exactly. Can anybody tell in the chat box? Quick. 78.6. Are you sure? I need answers from everybody. 47 people on call. I need 47 answers right now. If not, I'm not going to move ahead. Everybody should answer. I can wait the whole day. It's okay. 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 All right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. The major answer is for 78.6, which is true, right? This is the same exact place the market retraced in this area, right? And see the market went all the way down close to 27, as I said earlier. It already hit TP1. Sorry, right? Okay, leave it. Now let's say I'm going to catch this cell. So I'm going to focus on the previous cell. So I'm going to draw from here to right here. In between which areas the market retraced. This time it's not a perfect percentage, but it's like in between 2 values. Where did the market retrace this time? I want to catch this cell, okay? Where did the market retraced? $71 to 78 point. No. I want to catch this sell, okay? I want to catch this sell. So it's basically right here, which is in between 71 and 61. That's the retracing point, right? I'm going to catch this sell, right? Let's say I'm going to catch this sell. If I want to catch this sell, I'm going to draw my Fibonacci in the previous cell, which is this one, all the way from top to bottom, right? Now what happened? Okay, this is a really good example. What happened? The market retraced from 50, right? I told I won't trade on 50. I told I won't go 50. Even though the market went for my profit, right? See what the market did. It's changed the trend line. From here, it went on an upper trend, right? After retracing from 50, it was just in that area and just went on an upper trend. The market changed the direction from that retracement. 50 is really risky. That's why I don't ask people to enter, right? For an example, right? But still, it went on profits, but then the market behaved like in a very bad way and just went up. Okay. Okay, here I see the small upper trend, right? I have two buys. So let's say I'm catching this buy. So if I want to catch that buy, I have to draw my Fib for the previous buy, which is this one. So I'm going to take my Fibonacci tool, go to the low, right? And drag it all the way to the top. Where did the market retrace? Which level? It retraced exactly from a level. Which level? I need answers, guys. 44 people on call. Is everybody sleepy? It's 10:30. Is everybody sleepy? $71. Okay, crazy. It's 71, right? And tell me, okay, see the market right hit on this level, right on that take profit. I told you my TP2 is always confirmed. The market went right, hit that level and dropped down. Now we see, right? Perfect. Understand, guys, Fibonacci is just another one more tool. You can't only trade with Fibonacci, right? You can't only trade with Fibonacci. You need to have a confirmation checklist. That's why I had it on previous market, right? I had 3 confirmations. Where was it? Right here, right? 3 confirmations. We have RSI as well, right? RSI is relative strength indicator. You can go to your indicators, right? You can go to your indicators right here and you can select for RSI, get the very first one, relative strength index, right? And you will get something like, this. So usually I use my RSI on 4 hours, exactly on 4 hours, right? On 4 hours. If I'm going to take a vertical line, right, you don't have to take a vertical line. You can just use the cursor because all the 4 lines are coming. But if I'm going to show you right, my entry is right here. I'm going to put a vertical line. See where it's coming for my RSI, right here. Now, what is this RSI? It's the overbought and oversold concept, right? I have my 2 levels. You can see it's 30 and 70, right? 30 and 70, 30 and 70. If the market goes up, right? If the market goes up, that means, and touch the level of 70, that means it's time for the market to go down. The market is overbought, right? If the market is right on 70, it's time for the market to go down. Why? Because it's overbought. But if the line is on 30, that means it's oversold. And now it's time for the market to go up. Now you can see right here, actually it's a time for the market to go up. So you can see that in RSI, the market broke this zone. Now it's gonna turn back up and go because it's oversold. Now it's time for the market to go up, right? So just one more confirmation again, right? See, it's right there. So I have my fourth confirmation too, right? So where I put stop loss of BB, I put it there, right here. You can see SL, right? Okay, so RSI. This is all what I use for right now, but I'm actually backtesting MACD divergence strategy. I'm still backtesting it, so I'm not going to teach it. But once I'm like confirmed with it, I will definitely teach it, right? So other than this, you can go with many confirmations. You can go with candlestick patterns. You can go with retests. You can go with consolidation boxes. Usually when I do trade, I don't have to draw it. I get it, like, you know, I see it read, I see it as a consolidation. So for my eyes, it's just, I get it, right? But if you don't see it, you can definitely draw it and get it done, right? So I have like 8 confirmations right now, right? And you have a lot more indicators you can just learn, you know. I will get into that part later. So out of these 8 confirmations, you only need 3 confirmations for you to go with the trade. You are good to go, right? So that's how I analyze the market. Now see the GBP USD. Where was it? GBP USD. GBP AUD. So this is a good example as well, right? See what I have done. Went to 1 day, right? Identified the overall trend, which is an upward trend. And what I'm focusing is on this part with the market is going up, right? Go to 4 hours, right? I'm down with my trend line. Now I'm gonna check whether this zone is really got support and resistance zone. What do you think? This area right here, you can see right here, right? This green color zone, it's resistance here, it's resistance here, right? It's resistance here, resistance here, resistance. Here you can see support, support. So I'm down with my 2 confirmations. See, the trend line is exactly crossing on my support and resistance lines. So 2 confirmations, right? And then what I'm going to do is draw my Fibonacci, right? I'm going to draw my Fibonacci. If this is my sell swing, I'm going to focus on a buy, right? So this is going to be the previous buy. So I'm focusing on the next buy, right? So I'm going to draw the Fibonacci for these 2 levels, right? If I'm going to show you from this low to this high, where did it retest? Where did it retest? Where did the market retest? 88.6 exactly, right? So I'm good to go. You can see it's perfectly, it's just going up. Do you want to catch this whole swing at once without any struggle and just wait patiently to close it 1 day? Or do you want to trade in between and struggle, go through losses, coming back? I don't want to go through that hell. Damn it, no. Right? I will always wait patiently, even for 2 weeks, even for 1 month, until the trade comes to my entry. Right? No struggle, exactly. Where will you put your stop loss in this? Once again. Okay. Now the special part is when it comes to GBP pairs, it's high volatility. The market is so volatile, right? So if I'm going to keep it to the previous high, I don't think it will be over 100 pips, right? It will be over 100 pips, right? Okay. But I can go with the same 30 pips virtual go through, which is right here, right? But actually that's not so practical because GBP pairs are high in volatility. So if you're going to trade, if you're going to swing trade in GBP, I would advise you to have a really good balance, right? If you don't have a good balance, and if you are like new to live trading, and if you're going to do your swing trading, don't go with GBP pairs, right? I didn't trade GBP for the past 1 month because the market was just flying up, right? Nothing is there. So I waited. Now only it came to the perfect area. Right? So if you're going to do GBP swing trading, definitely you need to have a huge balance where you can risk a lot. At least you can risk up to 60 pips, double the normal price, double the normal pair. Which pairs are best for the beginners? CAD CHF, CAD JPY, UR USD, AUD CAD, UR NCD, NCD USD, GBP CAD, USD CAD, UR AUD, UR CAD. Just go with the medium volatile pairs, right? GBPs and gold, USD MXN, those pairs are like really high in volatile. I will share my story with you all. I will tell a nice story about GBPs as well, right? Okay. All right. So this is another example I showed you, right? Now all good, right? All good. So now you guys know what to do, where to start, right? I don't know whether you start up with swing trading or whether you start up with intraday trading. That's up to you. You can use Fibonacci in any time frame, right? I have even used Fibonacci for scalping once, right? But scalping doesn't work for me, unfortunately. So it's not like, you know, I would recommend using Fibonacci in scalping, right? How to put TPs for swings. As I mentioned earlier in USD CAD, right? I will wait. This is going to be my TP. Where did I put it? Where did I draw my Fibonacci? Oh, right here, right? Zero. This is going to be my TP1, TP1, TP2, and TP3, right? Or else if I'm happy with the trade, I will close it. The best part is once you start practicing, you will know what the market is going to do next. You don't need anything. Minus 21, yes. Minus 21, 0, minus 20, minus 27, and minus 61, right? Take profit 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it might go beyond this, or it might not even come to my 27. It depends, right? But I'm mostly concerned with 27. If not, I'm anyways like, you know, trailing my stop loss. So it's not an issue. Oh, okay. What I do, I do this as well, right? As soon as the market goes for over 50 to 40 to 50 pips profit, right? Now let's say I enter from here and the market is 50 profits here, right here, right? If the current market line goes to 50 pips, what I will do is I will bring my stop loss to my entry, right? 2-3 pips below entry. Now I'm safe, right? Now that stop loss will become a stop profit. Did you get what I did? That's called break even. Break even means you are moving your stop loss above your entry. So even if the trade goes wrong, and even if it comes back up, it will hit your stop profit and you will get a small profit, but still you won't go on any loss. So you are free, right? Guys, you don't know the feeling when you are doing swing trading and your trade is going really good and you're already broke even, right? You can even wait without looking at the trade for more than 2-3 weeks and you can sleep peacefully. That feeling is awesome, guys, right? So after you break even, you are safe, right? After you break even, you are safe. Guys, just give me 1 minute. Okay. So after you break even, you are safe. All right. Did everybody understand it? All good? Because that's basically for the analysis. Now I'm going to move on with the mindset. Is it clear, guys? I need answers in the chat box. All clear? Everybody good to go? Everybody's going to be doing some trading. All good. All right. All right. Cool. I'm sweating like shit. Okay. Okay. Before moving into the mindset part, I want everybody to ask questions regarding technicals. Any questions regarding technicals? Any questions? Ask anything. How to grow our capital? Okay, I'll call that in the mindset part. Other than that, any questions regarding technicals? Deck how everything. What if it retraces in 50? Don't enter. I won't enter. It's up to you to enter or not, but don't. I won't enter. Don't enter. Yeah, right. It's really risky. If it's intraday trading, should I draw trend lines in 4 hour and SAR in 1 hour? Yes, you got it, bro. Any questions? Can you guys hear me? All right. Can you guys hear me now? All good? All good, right? I just switched into my phone because I wanna switch on my camera, right? All right, you guys can see me, right? Okay. Let me just go into my notepad. I want to quickly cover up the mindset part. Um, okay. All right. So when it comes to mindset, now this is the thing. Let me just share my trading story with you, all right? So when I first went live, it's actually I joined IML like almost 1.5 years back, right? And when I started with my first live account, it's like after 35 days right into trading, all right? So after learning for 35 days, I went live, and within my first 2 hours, I flipped my account from $100 to almost 450 to $450, right? Within my first 2 hours. But that's not like true trading, because even though I did it, even though analyze the market, that was good at that time, but the strategy what I used, that was not a last longest strategy. So on the same day itself, I blew my account, right? That's what happened in my first um, Cloud account. The reason why that happened is because my first trade after I flipped my account from $100 to 450, I was really happy and I was really hyped up. At the very same moment, um, I went with the higher lot size because I was really greedy and I was really happy with my profits. So I used 0.50, which is really bad risk management, and I ended up blowing my account in 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes. My account went from $450 to $70, $70 within 5 minutes, right? And I was really upset afterwards. I was really disappointed. I was not feeling good, and I was trading, but then again, I actually lost a lot of money, and my account went to $18, right? 17 to $18. And after that, I stopped, right? And I was like, okay, I should still learn. I'm still new to this. I should still learn, right? So from $18, I learned little by little, and I grew my account to I grew my account from $17 to $80, $90 within 3 weeks. Yeah, within 3 weeks I grew it, right? But then again, I lost it again. right? So that's my first live account. And my second live account, the reason why I lost my second live account is trading without a stop loss, right? Now I'm going point by point where why a lot of traders make common mistakes. With my experience, I'm telling, right? If you don't keep a stop loss, right, there's a high chance for you to blow your account in case of a news or in case of any market change, right? There's a high chance for you. So always trade with a stop loss. It's like your best friend, right? There's no point to not keep a stop loss. The only reason why you don't keep a stop loss is when you don't enter the right point, right? If you don't enter the right point, you won't keep a stop loss. As I showed you earlier in the GBP pair, right? The market just showed straight away up, right? So you don't have a place to keep the stop loss. So you won't keep the stop loss. So if the trade goes in the opposite direction, you will lose. And as always, follow proper risk management. So keep your stop loss for 30 to 40 pips, and that's enough, right? Okay. So that's trading without stop loss. And the other thing is comparing yourself with other traders, right? Now, if you are in the IPL group, if you are in other few groups, right? When I think on my first 3 4 months, right? I remember I trade, right? I trade with 0.01 lot size, and I somehow managed to make $2 to $3 a day. Hardly make $2 to $3 a day, because it's 30 pips, so it's really hard for me to find 30 pips. So somehow I managed to find that, and I make $2 to $3, and then I go to the groups, and then I check, right? When I check the groups, the people have made over 40, 50, $100, and I'm like, what the hell am I doing with trading, right? I feel so bad, right? Then what I do is I want to make the same amount what they made. So if my friend made $20, I will definitely gonna go to the market and start trading again. Guess what happens? Now you're trading with I don't know. You're not trading with the market. You're going against the market, right? So you will end up losing the money you made, and you just blow your account. That's all what's going to happen, right? I'm telling you the experience because this used to happen to me. When I check the groups, it disappoints me a lot, and I used to get so depressed that I can't make the same amount, right? I'm so into trading, guys. So it's really emotional. These trading. You should not be emotional while you're trading, right? You need to be just take it so free and just go with the market and not to stress so much, right? And the other thing is patience. Other thing is patience. I hear people saying they are almost 2 months in the platform and they complain, I'm not making anything through trading. I'm not making anything through this, right? It's still their second month and they're complaining that they don't make anything. The truth about trading is not easy, right? I'm not going to tell anybody trading is easy. It's not a fairy tale, but you can learn it. Nobody is born with the talent of trading, right? 1.5 years back, I didn't even know the word Forex until Atif came and told me, bro, there's something called Forex, right? I was still confused with it. Even in my even after joining IML, I was having a confusion between IML and Forex. I literally thought both are the same, right? I didn't know anything. So everybody will learn. Christopher Derrick, right? Used to learn for over 2 years, kept losing money, right? Over $20,000, right? And he managed to, now he's a really good trader, right? He's on IML TV, right? So you need to be very patient. Some people, they complain in 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, I don't see results. 1 year, I don't see results, right? You should follow this person called Mark Fraser, right? Started trading, a few years back, but he started properly trading like from 1.5 years back, right? And for the, I think the first 1 year, right? He was not doing that great. He was losing a lot of money, right? He was trying different strategies, not working for him, but he never gave up, right? And since 5 months back, he started trading properly, and he was going very slow, patiently, and he grew his account slowly to $50,000. $50,000 from $250, right? That was a goal, a target of his life. I remember the day he hit 50,000. He put it on the Telegram group. He was so happy, right? But guess what? Last week he made a trade, right? A gold buy trade. He made $35,000 within within 2 weeks, I would say. Yeah, within 2 weeks he made $35,000, right? Mark Fraser, M-A-R-K Fraser, F-A-F-R-A-S-E-R, right? You can find on Instagram as well, right? Okay, so what I'm trying to say is you need to have patience for anything, right? You cannot be complaining if it's like just few months, and if you start, it doesn't matter. Like, you know, I believe 4 live accounts. I believe 4 live accounts, right? And if I gave up in any of those accounts, I won't be here presenting in front of you guys today, right? I won't be recommending trading for anyone, right? So you need to be patient. Grow slowly. You don't have to get $100 in your second month or third month, right? Always have the competition with yourself. If you're making $1 today, right? Definitely make sure you will make $2 tomorrow. Always compete with yourself. That's more than enough, right? Trust me, if you spend, like, you know, if you I'm telling, if you only have the desire, right? If you have the burning desire, and if you spend over 1.5 years or 2 years in forex background, right, it's going to pay for the rest of your life like shish, and you will learn a lot. You need to keep placing trades, right? You need to keep placing trades. So that's about patience, right? And the other thing is over trading. If you start trading, if you, let's say you made some profits today, right? Let's say you made around $50 today, and if you're happy with it, you don't have to over trade more and be like, you know, I want more money. I just want to get, let's say, okay, your target is $50 per day, and you made $45, and you want to get that $5 more, so you will start over trading, right? And apparently, what will happen is you will just lose the amount what you made, right? So don't ever over trade. These are the mistakes what I did when I was trading, right? So don't ever do it. And then we have revenge trading, right? Revenge trading means a lot of people do revenge trading in gold, right? Okay, what happened is, okay, people buy gold, right? It goes some profit, maybe 10, 15 pips, and then it goes down. Now you think, okay, it's a time to sell, right? You went on a buy, you lost it. So in the same pair, you want to revenge trade and get some profit. Then you place a sell, right? Oh, good, you're happy, it's going on profit, and boom, guess what happened? The market goes up back again. What are you doing? Are you gambling? Are you just playing with the market, or are you trading with the market? Right? You should not revenge trade. I know these points, what I'm saying is easy for me to say, but it's really hard for you to do, right? Trading is 20% skill set and 80% mindset. It's really easy for me to say all this stuff for you. You don't know, I'm still developing, I'm still revenge trading, I'm still over trading. I still do that, right? I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect, right? Even Christopher Derrick, nobody. If you place 10 trades, what we do here is we minimize the loss. If you place 10 trades, at least 8 will go on profits, and the rest of the 2 can't help, right? It went on loss, but overall you win, right? You can't expect all the trades to go on profit, right? And most of the people, they don't trade much trades, right? They place like just 2 to 3 trades, and out of the 2 goes wrong, right? And they feel like, oh shit, I can't trade anymore. Nothing like that. You need to keep placing more and more trades, right? If you place 10 trades, you can see exactly what your strategy is working on. If you're just placing only 2 3 trades, and if you're complaining about your strategy, if you're complaining that it's not working for you, I don't know, right? And the best part is, when you make a loss, right, instead of crying off the loss, instead of thinking that's a failure, right, think it's a lesson and check why it got wrong, right? Every time my trades goes wrong or hit my stop loss or I lose money, I just go and check, right, why the hell did the market go up from here? Then I will clean the whole chart and I will just analyze the market again. And then I see, oh shit, a trend line is coming from here now, right? Then I see, right? So the next time when I'm doing the same market, I will make sure, okay, there's a trend line right here. So the next time I'm not going to lose, right? It's okay, I learned something, right? In swing trades, how many trades can be placed? I mean, for a day, it depends on your balance again, Habibi, right? If you're with a $50 account, right? If you're going with $50 account, if you go with 0.01 lot size, you can go 2 trades a day, I would say, for a day, right? Because swing trading is like this, guy. I don't trade. There's no rule that you need to trade every day, right?
So as I said earlier, I go through all the markers and I see what's going in my favor. So let's say GBP US is a good time for me to enter. I will enter, and then I won't look at the trade for over 2 weeks, right? I won't look at the trades for over 2 weeks, right? If I want to check the trade, what I will do is I will go to trading view, not MT4, right? Because mindset again, when you see in trading view, even if you see the market has come a bit down from entry, if it's going on loss, still it's fine for you. But if you check into the MT4 app and when you see those values, the red color values, you get a headache, right? Mindset, you try to close the trade. These are the mistakes what people do a lot. They don't wait until at least the market hit the stop loss, right? Me personally, what I do is I place the trade, right? And I wait. Either it will hit the stop loss, either it will hit the take profit. One of those, right? It should definitely happen. If my analysis is correct, if my entry point is correct, I don't have to worry, right? Okay, so that's basically about taking losses as lessons, right? And last but not the least, learning on your own, right? It's not going to help you even though you be on thousands of sessions with Christopher Derrick personally, right? Even if I keep telling you the same thing again and again, again and again, if you are not learning on your own, it's going to be hard for you, trust me, right? You need to have the desire, right? If you wake up 1 a.m., if you say till 1 a.m., right, in the night, right? And instead of watching a movie, instead of watching some YouTube shit, right, you should have the desire to go and find out a strategy, go and learn what Fibonacci is, right? You know, when I used to do Fibonacci, uh, actually, I think there was nobody who did the Fibonacci session, but there was one person. I remember Jeddah, right? Jeddah. I can't remember the country, but he did like 2 sessions, and I saw him using Fibonacci. At that time, I don't know what Fibonacci is properly, but I just knew the tool, right? And then Jeddah recommended even capital from IML TV. I started watching IML TV, right? And then I got to know about Mark Fraser, right? I searched Google. I got this PDF file. I didn't understand it properly through anybody's explanations, so I got a PDF file, right? I downloaded it. To get the PDF file, guys, it was actually an academy. You need to give your Gmail password and create an account, and they will send the PDF to your email. That's how I got it, right? So it was like around 12 pages, and it tells you everything perfectly about Fibonacci. That's how I learned Fibonacci, right? So you all need to have a desire to go out and search every corner and find what you need, right? Nobody's going to hand you things, right? Nobody's going to tell you this is going to go for a buy now. Nobody's come behind you and going to tell you, okay, press buy, press sell now. No, right? You have to do it by your own. And it's always better if you can have a trading buddy, trading partner, right? Because you can discuss more confirmation. You can see what he's doing. You can see what she's doing. Always get together and trade, right? If you are friends with a lot of people, make a group. Just get it done like that, right? These are the stuff what I did, because you always need motivation. There are like millions of times that I wanted to give up on trading, right? I wanted to give up on trading. You need to stay patient, right? Okay, so I'm not going to take much time. It's going to be almost 2 hours, right? You've been listening to me for past 1.5 hours. I don't want to drag it anymore. But before I move into before I close the session, right? Any doubts, guys? Any doubts? Right? I'm just gonna leave from this and gonna come from my.
All right. All right. So any questions, guys? Everything clear? All good to go? So from 2020, you're going to be pro traders? I will leave them with a few more hours. I'm getting a cramp literally. I can't wait for. Okay. Can you send the recording? Yeah, sure. I will definitely indeed. All right. No more questions, right? So 2020, guys, good luck with everything. Good luck with trading, right? Use all the strategies what you can use, right? I will upload the recorded link on the group again. If you don't, if you miss anything, just go back and look for that again, right? And if anybody has any personal questions, as I says always, DM me on Instagram. I will definitely reply, right? And I will definitely help out, right? So this is the final day of the bootcamp session. It was pretty much good for the 3 days. I hope you do sharp mockups as well. Yeah, I'll be doing sharp mockups, right? Hopefully, yes. So the boot camp session was like pretty successful, I guess, right? So 2020, everybody should start trading. From Jan first week is going to be lit, guys. January first week is going to be lit, right? I want you all to start trading, and if you make any good profits, just tag me on Instagram as well, right? So I can see. So good luck with trading, guys. Just give it some time. Trust me. If you're failing now, it's okay, right? It's okay to fail now. If you're like, you know, if you have a messed up mindset, right? It's okay. Try to develop it little by little, right? Try to develop it little by little. You can get it done. Trust me. And also one more thing, right? One more confirmation. What you can do is, you know, so Leon Davis is coming live every morning. Not every morning. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, right? And Christopher Derrick also coming, right? What you can do is every morning analyze the market and wait for the session and see what they are telling about the market as well. So if you are telling to sell and if they're telling to sell as well, guys, go for it, right? I do that as well sometimes. And if you have IML products, you can use those as well. So all good to go. From everywhere you have confirmations. Nobody can say I don't have confirmations. It's just your mindset is screwed up that you don't want to wait until it goes on profit, right? You don't have the patience. That's it. So just look into that as well, right? So get on with that. At what time are the sessions? Check Go Live. Leon Davis is 11:30, right? 11:30 or 12:30. I'm getting mixed with Christopher Derrickson and Leon Davis session. Shit. Can anybody tell Leon Davis session is at 11:30 or 12:30? I think it's 11:30, right? Chris is at 12:30. Okay. Yeah, okay. 11:30 then maybe. All right. So that's for it, guys. Thank you for joining the session. It's the last day of bootcamp. Thank you, everyone. Good luck with 2020. Happy New Year. We get it done, right? Good night. Stop recording right here.